It's A and B back for another live commentation on what the news will not show. We are in the month of June and a lot of things are taking place as things are heating up. They're heating up everywhere in many different ways. So the first video that I'm going to be showing is about nothing other than inflation. Let's hop into this first video and I'll be back on for my commentation. Let's get it. This is a line to view apartments or a apartment in New York. Look at this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not that many apartments for that many people. But people are looking for places to live. This is just crazy. All right, let's hop into the next video. Then you have that. The housing market is definitely in crisis mode right now. This next video that I'm going to show relates to the two that I just showed, but it's a little bit longer, but definitely worth it. So let's hop into this next one. Wow. $10,000, 2-bedroom, townhouse slash apartment slash efficiency all in one. $10,000 a month? Wow, bro. These are the times that we are living in. This is quite obvious, man. I hope everybody's holding on to their seat this month. I mean, because it's just starting to get warm. But my, is it hot, my friends? Speaking of weather, let's hop into this next video because it is actually the complete opposite and it does not make sense. So let's get into it.
Have you now? We get tons from Mexico. I'll put it right here for you to see. It's Mexico. Look at that. When I tell y'all the corruption runs deep, it runs deep. Our cattle are dying in 90-degree weather. Our food distribution plans are just burning to the ground with no explanation. Nobody's answering for anything. You control the food, you control the masses. Please, y'all, please, I'm pleading with everyone out there. Get you some chickens before it's illegal. They're already asking for our information when you buy chickens at Tractor Supply. Now you have to give your address and your phone number and all that. You're probably using tractors. Probably they say it's for the bird flu. But come on, guys. Come on. This is our food. And they're all in on it. Every one of them. It's not left versus right. This is coming from a whole nother level.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. The corruption does run deep. It's just crazy how it's snowing in Mexico right now. Like, wow. Once again, speaking of food and production, I'm pretty sure all of us have been to McDonald's once or twice. A lot of employees from different food chains have been speaking out and posting different videos about what actually takes place and how sanitary it actually is not. So let's go ahead and hop into this video.
Man, I'm gonna show y'all something, man. This shit crazy, right? You know how y'all be going to McDonald's and Wendy's and shit, eating chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches? Well, I'm gonna show you how they make this shit. Alright. Mechanically separated chicken. Now watch this. This is chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches and shit, man. That's what they make that shit with. Y'all please share this shit, man. This shit is unhealthy as fuck, man.
Ew. Like, you couldn't even pay me to touch that if I had to make it myself. Just something to be aware of. I mean, we all love a quick little meal, but is it really worth it? As we continue to get older, I can at least speak for myself that yes, my body has paid the toll for the things that I have eaten. Look at this part right here, though. Date of sacrifice. I mean, I know it's in a different language, but you can make out words that are similar or whatever. It's 2018. This video just came out in 2022. I mean, this food is definitely heavily processed. It has a lot of preservatives, but it's just, look at this. It's not healthy. Yikes, man. Don't feed this to your kids. Don't feed this to yourself. Hide your kids. Hide your wife out here. Getting into some more of the food chain and the games they play with that. Let's hop into this next video. Let's go. Look at the workers. They just standing there. They ain't got nothing to do. You can hear your echo in there. Wow. Yeah, man. Don't wait till it gets to your city. Don't wait till it comes to your local store. Prepare. I don't have like all this advice on what you should buy and what you should get. Of course, we should all be going natural, growing our own fruits and vegetables, but all of this stuff take time. It's better to start today than wait till tomorrow. That's all I can say about that. This is just awareness. You know, if you got a little bit of extra money, start buying yourself some stuff that actually will last. Not this unhealthy stuff, but honestly, things like uncooked noodles, you know, maybe freezing up some bread or getting a bread maker and buying some yeast instead and making your own bread. You know what I'm saying? Like the last lady said, getting some chickens so you can have your own eggs. But we definitely need a little bit more than eggs. You feel me? A couple cows, Reach out to your friends that do have these farms and really start connecting with people, because what we really need is each other at this point in time. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a community to make it whole, to make it everything that it is. Not one person can do every single thing. It's a lot of super moms out there, super dads, but we all need each other, especially in a time like this. Yeah. I'm not going to play the whole. Matter of fact, I don't even think I'm going to play the video. Let's happen to another shortage of Walmart.
As several shoppers walked into this Walmart in Northeast El Paso today, it was kind of surprising. They were greeted with a warm surprise. I thought there was like another incident like COVID going on or something. The entire meat and part of the dairy section gone. On top of this, several other refrigerators were covered with plastic wrap. They're frustrated, you look and you don't see any meat. What do you normally think? Oh, okay, well, something is wrong. Shoppers like Harold Hester and his wife say they have never seen empty refrigerators like these before. This is like with the baby formula and stuff. And you can't help but get frustrated. My wife said something to me. She said, oh, look. So, yeah, it was kind of surprising. When they went to ask the employees what was going on, they didn't get an exact answer. She said something is going down. Exactly. Whatever that meant. It's like the refrigerator now, because they were all like. While some shoppers left not knowing what happened to the refrigerators, others left without the meat they wanted.
It's deeper than Walmart, though, man. This is happening everywhere. A lot of plants are being set on fire, whatever. That's the video that I actually was going to play. At least 2,000 cattle dead in Kansas heat, adding pain to the laggard industry. There's been a lot of Purdue farms that are in shambles at this point due to fires and different reasons. I'm going to hop into some weather stuff from different parts of the world. There have been a lot of different storms, a lot of power outages, so let's hop into it. Also, a possibility of some power outages, my friends. Like I said, all of these videos are taking place in June, so just beware. Let's get into another one, though. Yeah, a lot of signs are around us to let us know just what type of time we living in, man. It's do or die out here. Only the strong will survive out here, type of thing. Let's hop into another one.
Just a few pictures from the sky. Yeah, these are the rain clouds. The fuck? Lord, if you're trying to come back, it's fine, because the way these gas prices are set up.
Yeah, that reminds me of what it would actually look like if the firmament broke. Okay, that's what these pictures look like to me. It's incredible. It's beautiful. It's poetic. It's artistic. All of that, but it's still very scary at the same time. The other videos that I showed you of those other storms, they look just as crazy. Nobody wants to be caught out in those storms, and you definitely don't want to be impacted by it. So just make sure that you're ready for those type of things, because anything can happen. A lot of times we don't even anticipate these things. It's not that we wish they would happen, but common sense is common sense. If our reality is showing us all of what is going on, yeah, it's time to be ready for whatever. All right, so let's hop into something a little bit different. This one is technology based. I'm not going to play the whole video, but just to give you a good idea. Yeah, it is absolutely insane. It's nobody driving that car. That car is driving itself. I don't really have too much to say about it. This is just the technology that we have now, and it is definitely being used. I'm almost at the end of my commentation. I'm trying to see if I have any other videos that I miss anything. Some of this stuff I did skip over because it's more or less sometimes repetitive, and some things you just want to go ahead and fact check before you actually drop it. But I'm gonna go ahead and share this last video, and this is about cutting the power. Let's get it.
Being told that we can have blackouts this summer when they've been doing this kind of exercise for years. DoD's Black Start exercises explore what happens when utilities go dark. That was in 2019. The U.S. Army cut power to its largest military base to test reactions to a cyber attack. That was in 2019 as well. The National Guard just simulated a cyber attack that brought down utilities nationwide. This was in 2021. Rock Island Arsenal cuts the power Monday for military exercise. This was just a couple days ago. How the U.S. military used a creepy island to test cyber attacks on the grid in the middle of a pandemic. This was on Plum Island. Blackout. Are we prepared to manage the aftermath of a cyber attack or other failure of the electrical grid? This was in 2016. Experts answer questions about upcoming Fort Hood power outage exercise. This was March of 2022. And then in one of my recent videos, I posted about a movie that they came out with, which was an attack on the power grid. It doesn't matter when it's going to happen. It seems inevitable. They are preparing us. They do these things in repetition. They do these kind of things in repetition so that they can say, hey, we showed y'all we were doing exercises. You should have known it could happen, while millions of people will not be ready or prepared. Get prepared, folks. They're going to probably do it in the hotness of the summer. And no, this isn't fear-mongering. We just care. We want people to be prepared.
Very, very well said, and a perfect video to go ahead and end this commentation, because it is true. That's the very reason that I share this information, because there is so much going on, and I can be one of those people that just sit back and keep it to myself. That's one thing, but I'm being led to share. That's number one. I also have a voice, and I have a way of putting things that other people can understand. And it's also one of those things where I can't just sit around and see something going on and not be that voice of reason. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. This is not imaginary things. These are not conspiracies. These are things that are happening, which is why I show them in the way that I do, because it's not something that you question. This is just for knowledge purposes. I would rather these things never happen, but if they do, I would love for my people to be prepared, and my people, it's anyone that's tuning in. It's even the people that aren't tuning in. I wish this message was spread. I mean, it's all over the internet. It just depends on where you are at that point in time. What's your source of information? And is it something that you're paying attention to? So we have a lot of power outages. There are a lot of storms that are going on, which causes these power outages. We're also in a crisis where we don't have as much supply of food in certain areas, and if you do, the prices are extremely high, which means there are a lot of people who cannot afford food. There are a lot of people who cannot afford housing. There are a lot of people that are being evicted. Let's mind you that, what was it? It was last March is when unemployment ended. And no, I'm sorry. Last September is when unemployment ended. So it hasn't been a whole year. And I believe it was about March of this year is when the eviction prevention stopped due to the pandemic. So they had like this program, they had several programs, just like the stimulus checks, where it protected people from being affected because a lot of people could not work because of COVID-19. So that means that they could not pay their rent. That means they needed food. So a lot of people had access to even food stamps. But all of that stuff is cut off as of this March. So you're seeing a lot of people going through this. So not only are the prices high, but they can't afford it because they don't have the means to. They've been behind since the beginning of the pandemic, you know? So let's keep each other prayed up. I pray. I love you all. And we will be okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's just about how you react to the situations. We cannot control every single thing that goes on. But one thing that we can do is make sure that we do our part in protecting ourselves and protecting our families. Until we talk again, my friends, I hope that everyone is safe. Stay vigilant. Stay prayed up, man. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.